Where's the magic gone? Where did it run to? Never thought it'd leave, but I'm left with an emptiness. Won't you tell me where the magic's gone? Well, back when I was young, it was all around. Everywhere I looked, it was there. Now I blankly stare, and I wonder where the magic's gone. And is there a reason why it was leaving? Did I stop believing? Oh, could it be true? Now I just hope that one day it'll come back and make everything new. Ooh.
Let's talk about magic. Magic is one of those things that when you're writing or developing a world, you really have to think about the origin of it and how you're going to use it through your characters and to their advantages and disadvantages. So one of the things that when you're talking about magic is the origin of the magic and where it comes from, how it's used. So a lot of systems for magic or magic systems use what is called a genetic magic system, where the character or characters inherit an innate ability to cast spells or to harness some sort of magical energy. In The Lord of the Rings, you get sort of the opposite of this. You get this image of Gandalf the Grey, who has this like unknown magical power, and no one knows the source of magic and where it comes from. So Gandalf is super powerful and able to cast just seemingly amazing spells. We see in a lot of instances where he produces light, he produces just amazing combat technical, spells. Also has the utility spells where he can cast the light spell if they're in a dark cave or mine. So Gandalf's power is this unknown source where the magic that he's performing, the reader or the viewer, in the case of the movies, doesn't know where that magic is coming from. Now, if you read the Silmarillion, you can kind of get some details from there that inform where that magic comes from. Opposed to Harry Potter, where you have this lineage, this basically a genealogy of wizards that date back for, throughout their bloodline. So the magic is then from their blood and their genetics. And so you're born with the ability to perform magic. It's the whole muggles versus wizards thing. So when you're writing a book, the argument comes into play where what is the best magic system to use? Is there a good magic system, or are they all valid? Well, I had to think about this when I started writing the kind of middle section of my book. There are a lot of areas in the book, especially in the middle, that are very heavy in magical abilities. And so I sort of have to know where that magic is coming from so that when I'm writing it, I don't contradict myself somewhere. So what I decided to do was have this unknown potential of magic where the main character knows how to access it. He has a vague idea of where it really comes from, but in reality, he doesn't know fully the potential of what he's able to do. And it's kind of up to the magic itself how effective or ineffective it is. And so in the sense, you get this idea of the magic being this sort of living energy, this living spirit that comes into play when the characters need it. On the flip side of that, I also have the elves who have innate magical abilities that are passed down through their bloodline. And the reasons for that can be found in sort of the mythology that I came up with for the world. And I'm not going to get too far into that because it's a whole mythos that I created for this world and the origin of elves and, where they get this magic from. In short, it's sort of a biblical idea of angels who fell from grace, sort of like the elves. The elves were created. They wanted magic for themselves, so they took it from the world tree, and they became cursed. So their spirits were cast down, and the elves were limited in their magical potential. So they cannot access this same living spirit energy that the guardians can, for example. And Arlen is a guardian, so he's able to access this full potential of the magic that exists in this world as this living spirit energy. Where I'm at in the book right now, Arlen comes across a group of elves. And the elves don't really know what the potential of the guardian's magic really is. And so when they see an example of Arlen performing this magic, they get a little intrigued. And so, to say the least, they start questioning Arlen, and they have this almost like envious deceitfulness about them and about the way that they talk to Arlen. So that's a really interesting part for me to write, because you have these two different magical beings who they both have access to magic, but it's in different ways, in different forms. So I've been thinking about magic and trying to make everything work together for the book. And I think this is probably one of the most exciting parts of the book for me, because I love magic. I love the idea of magic. I love coming up with like sources and ways to cast the magic. I just find all that really fun and exciting to describe with words. And I'm super excited to illustrate it later on. I've been working on and off today on the book, and I've gotten about 15 pages written today. I want to shoot for 20 by the end of tonight, just so that I can have a leg up tomorrow. And I really want to have the last day, or a part of the last day on Friday, to kind of go back through the book and look at different parts and see how they mesh together. I have a feeling like I'm going to read back through it and realize a lot of things that I wrote in there that either don't apply anymore, or I need to tweak to make sound right or make sense for later on in the book. I'm about to write the part where Arlen finally gets to his destination. This is the part where the entire book so far has been building up to it. He's going to go to the city under the world tree. And so the world tree is exactly how it sounds. It is the first tree that was ever planted in the world by the creator. And so you have this young druid going to this destination that is like the pinnacle of all druidic power. It's very much like the Jerusalem for the druids. And so Arlen's been going on this pilgrimage, so to speak, for days and weeks. And so now he's finally getting to that point where he's going to arrive. But that's really only about the middle of the story. So everything from there is just going to escalate, and it's going to get a little crazy. And that's the part that I'm really excited about writing, is that turn of this is what the main character thought they were doing, but this is what they're actually here for. So I'm really excited to get into that part of the book. I think that about does it for this video today. I'm going to keep writing tonight, and I'm going to try to hit that 20-page mark at least. That's about 6,000 words, more or less. It's going to be a little more than that, just because each page is taking me a little more than 300 words. Like I said, I've already written 15 pages today, so I've just got to get those extra 1,500 words out, and we'll be good. That'll get us back on track to finish the book in the next 2 days. So I had an idea, and let me know if you guys would be interested in this at all. Here on YouTube, I was thinking about doing a live stream on Friday when I get close to finishing the book. Now, I don't want to show, obviously, I don't want to show the end of the book and just give away the ending and everything. So I was thinking of just doing a live stream hangout where we can chat about the book, and we can, you can ask me questions about the writing process. You can pick my brain. You can ask me about, future videos, what you're going to see. You can give me your opinion about what you'd like to see about the bookmaking process, as well as just generally hanging out together. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. We can schedule that and get it set for Friday, or potentially Saturday if we want to do it after the book is written. We can just have a discussion about what the process was like, and that way I can actually finish the book on time. I think that about does it for today. So subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when I upload future videos. Check out my Patreon if that's something you want to do. I also just got some fresh G-Clay prints in, so check out my website if you want to order some prints. If there's something out of stock, just go ahead and order it anyways, and it'll notify me so I can get those ordered ASAP. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.